What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome back to my Lewis Hamilton challenge, and I have been away for just over a week. If you didn't know already, I have been on holiday, but I'm still absolutely shattered, but I still got this video out for you guys, so I hope you appreciate it. If you haven't seen the series already, you've got to check out the first 3 races. Amazing overtakes, amazing racing, and it's just been brilliant so far. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, but now we're here for the night race in Bahrain, and of course Lewis Hamilton is right at the back of the grid, as you can see in the background there. But the key thing is, where is Nico Rosberg? Well, we look into the top 10. Sainz is in there, Maldonado's in 8th for some reason, Ericsson 7th, and it's coming up. Nico Rosberg is on pole position, so that makes things a little bit more difficult, but we'll see how we end up. Looking at the strategy, I think it's going to be a pretty standard one from the past few races. Option prime, basically. That's probably the prime strategy for starting at the back, so we can get loads of overtakes done really quickly. So the lights are building. Where can we end up? Can we get to the front? 5 lights and away we go. And I have learned how to keep the car steady at the front. I don't know if it's the Mercedes or it's me, but I'll take the claim there. But we're going up the inside of the 2 manners, getting rid of them. Up the inside of Alonso and Button, seems to be the same every start, to be fair. I scared Nasser out the way, up into 15. There's a bit of a kerfuffle ahead. They're very slow indeed, so we've got to take advantage of this and get the positions done. And I think we're going to go for a dive bomb up the inside. We're going to get the Toro Rosso. Are we going to get the Red Bull as well? Yes, Kvyat has gone very wide there, up into 12th place already. There's a yellow flag. I think there was a bit of contact. And yeah, quite a few positions gained already, so what a brilliant start that was. We're not even halfway through the lap either, and we're closing in on the back of Romain Grosjean, and we can see the top 10. That's how good this start has been. But if we look at the front, Rosberg looks like he is still in the lead, which is always kind of annoying. We want him to drop back a few positions to give us a chance of getting him later on in the race. And Bahrain traditionally isn't the best of tracks for me. I'd probably say it's one of the worst, but in practice it felt absolutely brilliant in this Mercedes. And look at the grip here as we go for a potential move on Romain Grosjean. Look at the grip, we go around the outside. No way, I've never overtaken anyone in that corner before, but we've got it done. 11th place, and we're closing in on Sainz in 10th as well, so I think points are definitely on the agenda in this race. Closing in with the slipstream. Our setup is brilliant, I must admit. The grip on this track, I know it's probably a Mercedes OP track, if you can even have such a thing, but the car feels absolutely brilliant. Up alongside Sainz, and there we go. It's taken just over a lap to get into the top 10. That's been the easiest rise up the field so far this season. And let's hopefully not lose too much time to the guys at the front. It looks like the cars ahead are battling quite hard, and we'll see the start again. Rosberg actually got a very good start and maintained the lead. Here we go. Dispatching of the manners easily, as we always do, and then the McLaren's into the first corner. Nasser gets scared and goes very wide. We just dive up the inside. Then there's a bit of a kerfuffle ahead, as I mentioned. It looks like Kvyat's the one causing the drama there. We'll have to see that in a bit more detail in a second, but at this point I was just in the pack trying to make up the positions, and yeah, you can see Kvyat goes very wide. What happened? Yeah, Kvyat spun it there. And we can see on board with Kvyat, he's the one causing the carnage in the early stages of the race. He's 3 wide at this point. I don't know what he's doing there. He keeps going left, right, and just being incredibly slow. And you can see I just go flying up the inside of, I think that's for, yeah, it's Verstappen, isn't it? This is Kvyat. What happens to him? He goes wide, and he just turns in on the Sauber. That is questionable driving, I must admit. On board with Stevens here. What goes on ahead? He nearly gets collected, he's so close, and look at the tyres, they just magically change compound there. Ah, Codemasters, you guys. But making position here, dive bomb up the inside of Hulkenberg, up into 9th. That is a traditional opportunity for overtaking, so I thought I'd take it, as we are amongst some of the slower cars still. Maldonado's in 6th, he's had a pretty good start. Ericsson's in the top 10 once again. I don't know how they keep doing that, because in real life they're not the greatest, but we're closing in on Ericsson. And we're going to go for a move here. Yes, we are up the inside, taking a bit of the curb, but I think we've got the move done. Yes, we have, up into 8th, and we can see the Williams and Ferrari. You can see on the mini-map Rosberg, and I think that's Vettel pulling away. There's a huge gap to third, but we're closing in on Ricciardo. This is not taking long at all. Overtaking the Red Bull. Surely we're not getting Maldonado as well. It looks like we are, because Maldonado's really holding up Ricciardo up into 6th place, and we're just behind the 2 Williams as we get a bit of oversteer. Are we going to maintain the position? Looks like Maldonado's actually coming back, the feisty Venezuelan. I was going to say something else, but that's slightly offensive. And we're going to brake later up into turn 4, I think it is, and up into 6th. And yeah, as I was saying, we're not far behind the Williams, and it didn't take long for me to get onto the back of Massa. Raikkonen and Bottas are fighting ahead. At this point I thought, yeah, I probably could have got Massa there, but I'd rather wait for the DRS strain, make sure we get DRS, make sure we get the move done. So this should be relatively easy. We've got straight line speed, we've got the grip, we've got the pace. I mean, we could, well, I'm pretty assured that we'll be on the podium at this rate. We could get second, depends how the rest of the race goes, but the pace we have at this point is amazing. On Legend AI as well. I'm surprised the AI aren't quicker than this, but what can you do? Just drive with what's up against you. And that was Alonso going very slow, as we just saw, so I've just lapped him, and this is actually what happened to him. He was caught up in the accident at the start with Kvyat, but at this point he's going up the inside of Stevens, whose tyres have changed compound again back to the primes. And this is Kvyat recovering from his spin on the first lap. DRS here, overtaking Stevens. And what's this ahead? Alonso is incredibly slow, he just gets swamped by the Manor and Kvyat, and yeah, there we go, he's got a problem. We'll have to see that from another angle. He's totally blocking Stevens as well, Mary even. I keep getting the Manors confused. Let's see what happens to Alonso here. He's well ahead, he's got a puncture there. He has got a puncture, and right at the start of the lap as well. That is why he is so slow and so far behind. And yeah, we all negotiated him very well, apart from Ricciardo. What was that? He has so much time to see Alonso, and he just rams him. Yeah, just goes straight into the back of him. What is he doing? And yeah, we'll confirm from another camera angle here. He does have a damaged front wing, and he did have to come into the pits. So back onto our race, and it took a few laps to catch up to Bottas. The tyres are starting to go off, but we did catch up. DRS move here, and there we go, simply into 4th place. We're like 2 seconds off the podium already. Rosberg is still quite far ahead. I think it's going to be very tricky to catch up to him, but second could be realistic because me and Raikkonen are bringing Vettel back into us, so we've got an opportunity here. And at the end of lap 9, caught up to the back of Raikkonen. The Ferrari isn't working as well as it has in the past few tracks, and everyone is going into the pits. I think the tyres are feeling perfectly fine at this point, so I felt I'm going to carry on. And I actually did think about stopping, like dragging this stint out about lap 13, 14. But yeah, the rest of this lap wasn't the best. That's why I just understeered off the track there and decided to come into the pits for another set of the option tyres. And also Rosberg was eating into the lead there. So let's see how the guys do. They've been pretty slow this season, but we'll give them another chance. Here we go. 2.4. Pretty slow by the game standards, but not too bad. We've come out in 3rd. We've jumped Raikkonen, who must have got stacked in the pit stop phase, which is a shame. I hope Codemasters really sort that out. But yeah, we're not that far behind Vettel, really. And it took quite a few laps, but I eked the gap out. It was like gaining 3-4 tenths a lap, and finally I got into the DRS zone, and this was my opportunity, closing in on Vettel. Look at the speed. Rich makes DRS absolutely everything, all the tools available to me, and we're going up the inside, and that is 2nd place. We've got 12 laps to get Rosberg now. Unbelievable how you can start at the back. I know it's a Mercedes, but it's still a challenge to get there against Legend AI. So let's see what we can do here. We are 10 seconds behind at this point, I'd guess. And at the end of lap 18, Rosberg did go into the pits. I took the lead, as again I thought the tyres were fine, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to come in at the end of this lap. Don't want Rosberg to get a major undercut. It tends to be that I treat the prime tyres quite a bit better than the AI do, and I have quite a bit more pace than them. I say quite a bit more pace. That's like 3-4 tenths quicker than Rosberg, but let's see what we can do. Here we come for the final pit stop onto the primes. 2.3, respectable. And where do we come out compared to Rosberg? Well, looking at the mini-map, the gap is smaller. That must be about 5 seconds, surely. We've got a chance here. It's going to be difficult, but if we put in a belter of a final stint, we have got a chance of getting our second win of the season. And that would be 4 podiums out of 4. The gap now, 4 seconds. 8 laps to go. Fastest lap of the race now, 2.8 seconds. The gap is coming down. Rosberg is feeling the pressure. So, on to lap 27. We finally got into the DRS zone. This is our opportunity to close up and then hopefully challenge for the victory. Rosberg, I'm coming for you, man. Feel the pressure because I'm coming to get you. And that happened at the end of lap 27 into the final sector. I get a great run out of that corner. I've always struggled with that corner, but in this Mercedes, I can just do it perfectly. We're closing in. We're going for the move. Can we get the lead from Nico and take the lead from the back of the grid? We're going up the inside, but no, we've gone wide. We've gone off the track. We've gone off the track and taken the lead, so you know what that means. We all know I'm a great sportsman, and I'm going to have to let Nico back past, even though I got DRS as well. I'm going to have to overtake him while keeping the car between the white lines. I hate corner cutting so much, so it has to be done. But I saw an opportunity here. A great run out of that chicane. Here we go. Lunge up the inside. We're all locked up. We're all looked up. And have we got it done? Rosberg's still on my outside. That's going to become the inside for this very tricky braking zone. And Rosberg's got the momentum and retakes the lead. This battle is epic at this point. It's just like Bahrain 2014. And we can see from the replay, I was quite far back, but I thought, go for the lunge, locked up, thought I'd got it done, but I couldn't get on the power as quick as Rosberg, and he got himself back into the lead, and with 1 and a bit laps to go, the battle is still continuing, as you can see here. On to the final lap we go. I got my opportunity, DRS, but at this point I was struggling for fuel as well, so I had to manage that while trying to take the lead from Nico. Up the inside, we've got the move done, less than a lap to go. Can I keep him behind, even with my fuel issues? Well, I was in lean mix at this point, and Rosberg's coming back. I had to go defensive as we come into this right-hander, and I broke later than him and maintained the lead for now, but there's 2 sectors still to go. Whew, this is really getting intense. Coming to the end of the lap, I have been managing my fuel in sector 2, but Rosberg has closed in once again. We didn't go up to lean. Standard. I'm still in lean. I didn't mean to do that. The pressure was on. Rosberg's trying to go around the outside into the final corner. He's gone wide. He's gone wide, and we're going to come to the line. Fuel permitting. And we're going to take another victory. What a race. What a win. Hamilton has come from last to first once again. Great victory there. Vettel makes up the podium. Rosberg looks happy, but he must be so disappointed. What a race victory that was. What a car that is, especially around Bahrain. So if you enjoyed that, please leave a like. That was brilliant in my opinion. Loved racing that so far. And the celebrations begin. Championship leader Hamilton wins. It's brilliant. It really is. And I can't wait for the next race. That's going to be awesome. That's the Spanish Grand Prix. Something to look forward to. And we'll look at the standings here. So, as we know, Vettel took 3rd ahead of Raikkonen. Pretty standard top 7 really. But Kvyat recovered from last place to finish in 8th. That's a great performance right there. Ricciardo obviously had that broken front wing, making contact with Alonso. And Ericsson and Maldonado make up the top 10. Good efforts from them there. Maldonado beating his teammate and not crashing out, so that's always a positive for him. As we are about to look down the field a little bit to see what happened down at the back. We don't really see too much of that in these videos, but it's always good to see how everyone ended up. Stevens retired and Alonso obviously 2 laps behind after that very long lap with the puncture. And there we go, 9 points ahead of Rosberg. This championship battle is going to go on. I've got an achievement as well. Clean club. That's an amazing achievement. I started last, finished first, and I didn't make any contact whatsoever. I actually can't believe that's just happened, but yeah, the battle is on at the top. The 2 Ferraris are still in there as well. And Kvyat's got more points in this season already than he did in my Maldonado one, so good effort there. We'll have a quick look at the constructors. We obviously outscored Ferrari, so we'll have extended our lead. It's now 30 points, so that's going to be an exciting battle as well. So please leave a like if you enjoyed that video. Subscribe if you want to see more of these Hamilton Challenge videos. Next race will be the Spanish Grand Prix, and I hope to catch you then. Good night, guys.